This was a car built specifically for a client with a list of things he wanted, and so we hopefully met all those. It's a 1974 International Scout II. We had a client in town who we had done some work on the truck in the past. He had bought it, brought it to us. Pretty decent shaped truck, but he had taken it apart. Gonna be a father-son project, just ran out of time, ran out of interest, and called me up and said, hey, you interested in buying it? Picked it up and had it here when the client that wanted to build it called me up and said, man, I'm looking for a Scout, what do you have? And I said, well, I have one here that's apart, so, pretty easy to kind of build it how you wanted to. So that's where we started on this one. The owner wanted something unique. I like to bring out my giant envelope with all the paper and just the many items that were done on this particular project. It's a full, complete build from the ground up with everything. But this particular one has a Chevrolet Performance drivetrain, 6.2 liter LS3 V8. A lot of horsepower, but it's not too much for this vehicle. In the end, it actually worked out really nice. Got our tuning done so that we made sure our ratio and tires and gears and everything is correct. Randy over at Carolina Dyno does that for us, great job. I think we were at 360 to the wheels, and that was only at around 5,000 RPMs. I think we may have gotten a 54 RPM, so we weren't pushing the engine hard. It's a new engine. We did a proper break-in. We want to make sure that it does, and GM doesn't recommend you go out here and start dogging these engines in the first 1,000 miles. If we had taken this thing to an 8,500, red line or whatever, we would have been probably closer to 460 is what we're thinking, which is a big number. In these vehicles, that's a lot of power. With these Chevrolet drivetrains, you get a wiring harness, the ECU, the whole package comes with that. But we also obviously put a new wiring harness in the car, so there's a little bit of tying those together. But other than that, it allows you to keep the engine bay really clean. In doing this, we used a Radiator System that a company out there offers that has pretty much a drop-in for Scouts, which saves us a little time on fabrication, some other pieces. A few unique things on this particular build are air conditioning in the rear. It has power seats out of a new Tahoe. So we actually wired in and put in the AC seats so the fans and everything are working as well. So we used a flip and fold Tahoe seat for the front so you can access to the passenger side. So we wanted to make the rear access very accessible. There's a handle up here. They need the handle to get in and out. Very comfortable with the armrest, which we talked about was placement of everything. We've increased the amount of room you have that in a Scout, you typically don't have enough room in the back. AC vents down here, AC in the seat blowing on you. So it should keep you cool. Plenty of air is going to flow through here. But again, you've got wide open views through the vehicle, out of the vehicle. So you've got a full 360, you can see everything. Took the entire gauge assembly, everything out when I pulled the dash, cut the whole dash, remade it. We water jet some nice panels with the AC vents and everything. Dakota Digital HDX series gauges. Huge fan of those for the simplicity of all the way they've got it easily labeled and shown in their control board. One of the key pieces was keeping all this really clean. Then we had this dash pad. We made this so it goes up and around the AC and shapes and gives you just a nice clean dash pad. This is the old Air, just a standard control head unit I like to use. We've gone to the wayside of radio head units anymore. They're dated in a year or two. So everything is Bluetooth. You literally will get in here, connect your Bluetooth, pick your music and play it. Control everything from your phone. A few unique things too as you get into more of it is going to be the rear bumper. You'll notice it's one piece of stainless steel bent and fabricated. As well as when you get into badging, you'll notice the badges are all water jetted out. They have our logo on some of them, hand cut and rounded the edges, and did all this after we did the block cutout to look like the original international badges. As you Scout guys watching this know, you just can't get any of that stuff. As the client wanted a tri-stage paint, he wanted a silver and then he wanted to do a tri-stage pearl white, which the two go together really nice. We went with a general grabber, which are the grabber ATs. Nice looking tire, good tread wall. We did an automatic transmission. Obviously power steering, all the fun upgrades. So there's a lot of unique things on this that are one-off for this vehicle. Hope you like it. CarRestorationGuy.com is the website. Try to answer any questions, or if you're interested in something like this, please, glad to work with you.